morning, everybody. Almost afternoon. We're in the middle of a typhoon. Not where we're at, but we're getting the kind of the aftermath of it. So, building has stopped for the most part. However, we did have a little bit of a break in the weather yesterday, and we got that poured yesterday before it started pouring down rain again. We're going to try to get another one poured today if we get a little break. But so we pulled that form off of the column over there. Got that form off. We started to put the form. We pulled that form off right there yesterday. We got that column getting ready to put the form back on so we can pour it. 'Cause I'm leaving here on December 4th, and I wanted to have a little shop built over there, but I don't think we're going to have enough clear days for that to happen, but we'll find out. But what we're doing today is we're doing some finishing up stuff. I built these windows, and we need to silicone the glass in place. The glass is not silicone. So what I got to do is I got to make sure that the mirror part of the glass is on the outside, and some of them aren't. I just changed around one in there in the kitchen, and we're going to take these out, clean them, and silicone them. And then I need to silicone around the frames because they're not siliconed either, so they have big gaps in them. So that's taken away upstairs, especially in the bedroom. That's taken away part of the aircon. So there's not a whole lot of insulation in these windows they make in the Philippines. You have nothing here. You have no insulation. You have no insulation. It just sits in a track. They do put a rubber bumper here, and you can, in this section here, you can put a piece of felt in here, and that's about all you can do. I thought about trying to put something up here, but I'm not sure it would do much good. Now, when I go back to America, before we move here, I'm going to measure these windows, and I'm going to ship back in our shipping container double pane windows, the same size. I'm going to have them made, so that way we'll have insulated good windows here. So the project for today is going to be to take the windows out. So I got this one out. This was one that I had to flip around, clean them, and then I've got my glass silicone here, black, and I'm going to silicone the glass in. We're going to let them sit, and then I'm going to silicone the frames because you can see the gap in. It's not bad, just a little gap. So I'm going to silicone around the frames where it's not raining. Some of them we've got so much rain coming that the seals are wet. So my first thing is make sure all the glass is in proper, and then I got to put some locks on. We get these little locks right here. Little locks. You get the lock, then you get the little latch right there. I had enough of them, but my daughter decided these were fun to play with, and I have no idea where they're at. Then you get the little bag of screws. So all these locks and these latches and everything, I bought 7 of them, and it was like 600 pesos, so $12 for all the latches and locks, and that's not bad. The silicone, I think it was like 250, 300 pesos a tube, so that's like $6 a tube. That's really good. That's some really good stuff. So anyway, so that's what we're working on today, and I'll maybe have him hold the camera. I'm going to put the silicone around the edges here. You only put it on one side, which is on the outside, so you put that on the outside, and then we're going to adjust the rollers, and this section right here for the frame. So I had them punch them. I cut them to size, had everything, had them punch them, and they cut the glass for me. So we saved about 50,000 pesos doing it ourselves. So anyway, today's a lazy day. Nobody has anything to do, so everybody just sits on the floor watching the YouTube or whatever. There's really nothing to do. Me and Arnell are going to go get wetsuits and we're going to take forms apart in the rain. That's about all we can do. After we look at this because it's raining, I don't want to take the windows out upstairs. So anyway, we'll get back in a second. As soon as I get ready to start siliconing this, I'll have Elvis hold the camera and silicone this and do it together. I'll be back. Okay, so these windows are mirrored, so you got to be real careful cleaning them, because if you got concrete on them, which a lot of these windows have concrete from all the concrete we're pouring, you'll actually scratch the mirror surface. So what I do is clean them real well, and you see right there that little crack. They're not they're floating here, so they're actually moving. You see that little crack right there. It actually, you move it down. I don't know if I can hold the camera and do that. But you take that and you can move that mirror or that window down, because it's floating in there. So it's moves back and forth, left and right. So, all right, Elvis is going to hold the camera, and I'm going to silicone this window. You see it pokes around. So, where my fingerprints there. So I clean off the old silicone, and I don't use my finger. I put a curve on the tip, and I just put it on there, because if I try to use my finger, you're going to see it on the outside. So I just basically just run a really good bead, just like that. And it looks good and straight. If I run my finger through it, it could get all messy. So I'll stop right there, and then I'll come over here to the other corner, and I put it in the corner until I see it coming out the back side, and then I'll start running the bead again. Right to the end and stop. And I'll come over here to this corner, put it in the corner, and then I'll start my bead again. Come over here, and just run my bead this way. There's plenty going in there. This window's going to be held in place forever. Okay, and there you go. And you take this window and set it aside, and get the next window out, and we'll do it and let it dry for about an hour. Yeah. Okay, so those three are done. Then we're going to pull out the next window here. And what's really hard to do during the day is I want to make sure the mirror, so I hold it up like this, and if I can see through it, then I know the mirror And see, I know this one's backwards. I can see it's not as reflective on that side. Turn it over here, and you can see it's like a mirror. So I know this should be the outside. And this is the outside. So this is the outside, so I know it's the mirror. This is the inside, because there's your lock. So you want to silicone the mirror side. So you gotta turn it over and get all that dirtiness off and clean it. Dirtiness. I don't know if it's a word, but that's my word today, dirtiness. So anyway, we'll clean this with just water. And it doesn't have to be super clean. Clean everything up. And if the mirror is in backwards, I'll just take 2 screws out of the side. I'll take a screw out here, a screw out there. There's a screw right here and a screw right here. Take them out, take that frame off, pull the mirror, the window out, flip it, and put it back in. And that will orientate it right. So there's a daggone, I don't want to silicone this window in backwards. I'm going to cut it back out. I just want to clean this up. And if there's something like right there, I'm not sure what's on these windows, but it's like an oil or something. So anyway, that's what I'm doing today because of the typhoon. We're going to work inside. Get the window good and clean. Okay. So anyway, get that good and clean, silicone it, and do each one, rinse and repeat. So, you know.